We know that AI is changing our world. It's changing it in many, many different ways. And I found three key tools I want to show you. They're going to help you. One that's going to help you a lot in just personal communication, figuring out what to do, talking with someone, getting an idea. And I say someone, putting that in air quotes, and you'll be talking to an AI, but it's really, really good. You want to pay attention to this. Secondly, we're going to look at a way you can keep track of all kinds of activities that happen, meetings that you have, websites you visit, and get a collection of all of those. And then third, a great tool for creating videos and creating the graphics that you're going to use. This video is going to be a little bit different. If you're listening to this on audio, you're going to enjoy it as well, because we've got a lot of different things I want to show you. And it's just you and me here. I'm going to do this a little bit differently than we've done before, so I can show you some intimate details as we work with it in a way that's going to be very practical. We're going to start with one right off the bat that is here that I discovered is really handy. You see I'm on the screen here a little bit, and I'm going to move over here out of the way a little bit for those of you watching this on video. Now, if you're catching this on audio, you'll want to bounce over and a little bit later catch it on video as well. I'm in a program called Pi, P-I.ai. The letter P, the letter I.ai. And it gives you the ability to have conversations with people and to be able to work in many different ways. And so let's get started here with this. As we look at Pi, I'm going to start with a new thread. These are where you can have conversations with the system and find out what's going on. Down here in the bottom, you'll see it shows you that you can talk with Pi. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on that and let you see what's available with it. As I move over here a little bit, you can see the kind of features that are there. I'm going to talk with Pi. I'm clicking down here, and I'm going to use the recording on my Mac. I can press my function key a couple of times, and it brings up the audio capability. Whatever it is on your computer, find out what's there. But I'm going to begin a conversation. How are you today? Tell me what is going on, and what is the weather for Orlando today? So I've typed in my question. Now I'm going to press the key here to hear what Pi has to say.
Hey Terry, I'm doing great today, thanks for asking. As for Orlando's weather, it looks like a mixed bag of conditions. Currently, it's a bit rainy and cloudy with a temperature of 72 degrees GF. But don't worry, there are some sunny skies in the forecast too, and temperatures are expected to climb into the 80s later in the week. Of course, this is Florida, so a cold front might swing through and drop temperatures into the 60s. Just to keep things interesting, gotta love that Florida weather right now.
Now, isn't that interesting? You see what it's doing there is it's being very colloquial, very much open to what we're saying, what we're talking about. And you see there it is. It's got all the text in there as well that you can use, and it gives you the ability to get a lot done. I like Pi. I think it's really good for a conversation, very conversational, much more oriented toward personal side than business, but yet there's still business applications to it. You can find out a lot of information on there. And I'd recommend getting into it. Besides, it's free, so you can get over there. Just go over to pi.ai, sign up for an account, and use it. I think it's got some real good ideas of where we're going and what can be done with AI in the future. And another really interesting thing about it is that it can help you with languages. It speaks a few languages. I say speaks, it has a few in there, and some others it doesn't. It does have Spanish, which I like. I'm working on my Spanish right now, and it does not do Russian real well. It's good that it says it works in Spanish. It does have Spanish, it has French, and I think a German, a couple other languages that are there that are really nice, but it does not do all languages. For instance, Russian it doesn't do. What I did is I said, okay, let's find out something that it might know in Russian, and here's what happened when I did that. I went in and this is what it gave me.
I'm afraid my proficiency in Russian is quite limited at this time, so I may not be the best teacher for that language. However, I can still provide you with basic phrases and vocabulary in Russian if you'd like to learn some of the basics.
Very important.
For example, hello in Russian is privet, and thank you is spasibo, spasibo. Would you like to learn more basic Russian phrases?
Okay, now that's very interesting because I speak enough Russian that I understand privet is not a word you use. Privyet is the way that you say hi in an informal way. Privyet. So I'm privyet, not the way that it said it. And you see, that's important in language because if you learn a wrong way of doing it, that's not going to be very helpful. So I'll put it there that say it's okay. It's not super strong on the languages, but it does have some. It does a little bit better in Spanish. And I find that in using the Spanish, it can do a lot of good things for you. So this is a tool that I think you want to look into. And I would recommend get a subscription to it. It's free. And it gives you the ability where it really sparkles and shines is just having a conversation with someone, talking back and forth. It has a lot of emotion built into it, a lot of emotions of, yeah, what is it like? And all those things like the Florida weather, when they'll say, yeah, that's what Florida weather is like. It's cold is when it's in the 60s. And so it's something that we would understand. I think that this is a really good tool to understand where we're going and where we're going to see with AI in the future. It has some great potential for it, and I heartily recommend that you look into Pi.ai. The next tool I'm going to share with you is one that is really good for remembering what happened. It keeps track of websites you visited, keeps track of ideas that you had, it keeps track of meetings and does a nice recording and summary of meetings. It's called Augment. Augment, Augment, and it gives you the ability to have a lot of different capabilities here. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on some things over here in the upper left corner. You'll see that it has three little icons that you can use. These three icons give you the ability to, well, do quite a bit here. First of all, I'm going to click on this and it says Ask Augment. This is where you can ask questions about what I did, where I was. Tell me about that conversation I had or what's going on. I like this right here. It says, what are the follow-ups from my last 6 meetings? We have meetings throughout the day, like you. I have many meetings throughout the day. And it's nice to know, oh, okay, I've got to do this and this for this person. This person, I need to do that. Real nice little tool. When we come over here to the next one, it's got memories. And look at this. On memories, it shows you where you've been. Matter of fact, I'm getting real personal here. You'll see it actually even shows where I was recording this right here with Ecamm Live, putting it together, and then using Pi as I was just doing on this video right here. And it shows me all the different activities that I've been engaged in so I can see what's going on, what I've been doing, and how to do it. Plus, it has meetings. So now it's looking at the meetings and gives me a summary and shows me what's going on with the various meetings that I've been working with. That can be really helpful if you wonder, oh, gee, what did we say on that one? Or what am I supposed to do for this one, etc. All of this is right here with meetings. And then down here, you can learn Augment. I think they've done a great job with this and putting various videos together to show you how to do it. One thing I would like, though, is I've gone through all of these. They have about 14 of them that you go through. I've completed the 14. You'll see I did that here. Walked in there and made sure I had all 14 of these done. However, I'd like to go back and go, oh, tell me more about that. Move that augment dot. What does that mean? I forget what I saw. It would be nice to have that available, be able to see, okay, this is what it does. Here's how I can use that. So that would be a way that they could improve it. But this is a tool that I would recommend. Take a look at. See what Augment can do for you. It can give you the ability to have a memory system working that's helping you in many different ways with what you're doing. And for a third application, I want to show you one that I think you're going to be able to use a lot. And matter of fact, one that I had some frustration with and then figured out a way to use it in a spectacular way that's helping me right now and will help you in the future. You apply the same principles. It's a little tool called Ideogram, and there it is, Ideogram. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so you can see a little bit better there. Ideogram, Ideogram, and it gives you the ability to do quite a few things with graphics and with pictures. For instance, notice right here the pictures that people have created. You'll see that we've got some here that are giving you the ability to see people, and actually, when you look at some of these portraits and the way the woman over here on the right, it looks really good, and I think that's pretty clear in the way, the kind of vivid detail that you can get. And I see that we've got some Feliz Jueves Santo. That's in Spanish, of course, and shows us some Spanish language there that you can put in that, and it will give you a lot of good applications. One of the things it talks about, it says it does particularly well with spelling, and I think that's good. It does well, but it's got some problems too, and different kinds of things. Notice what it's got over here. For instance, here's what where it really sparkles. You'll see it's got a poster here that says, took on cancer and won. And for whoever said that, I really appreciate what they're doing. But then notice what happens here. As I do this, I clicked on it, and then I'll move out of the way a little bit here. You'll see that it gives you these prompts so you can see exactly what the prompt was. That way you can copy the prompt for this one, like this one right here, that I really applaud whoever did this. Took on cancer and won. It shows the gloves in there. You could change those words to something else that might be more appropriate. We took it, we conquered that, or we conquered this one, or we did this, or we're going to be fighting for it. Whatever it is, you can use the same kind of picture and change the prompt. And you'll see over here, it shows you the actual prompt that they used, what they did, how they did it, etc. And the magic prompt, how it was altered a little bit to make it even better. This is a tool that you want to get to know. it gives you the ability to conquer a lot of those problems that are there. And you'll see when it shows you what's been done, you get a chance when you just click on the ideogram, the logo here, it shows you several pictures that are being created and have been created by others that you can see, okay, this is something that I might be able to use. I'm using a few different features here, and I might not want exactly like it is, but I can use that. Like for instance, here's a picture somebody put together. I don't even know who did this. Looks like Koi PM, whoever that is. Thank you for doing that. I'm going to double click on this right here. And when I do, you see it brings up that picture that I can see. And what I want to do, let me bring that up here. It's not doing it so well. Like I said, there it is. Now it comes up here and I see the prompt. And I see the magic prompt over here that gives me the ability to take a look at it. And I've got someone walking up the stairs. Think about the application for that. What you could do with something like that is you could say, we're beginning the process, or keep going, keep moving upstairs. You can take the picture that someone else has, change the wording, change it a little bit so that it's just right for you, and then you're able to do it. And I see the exact phrase right here. It shows a captivating image of a man ascending a grand winding staircase with determination and motivation, etc., etc. And it shows me what can be done. This gives you the capability to create a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I want to show you some of the things that I have done with this, some of the challenges that I had with it, and how I overcame a major challenge. Okay, here's a picture of one that I created when I put, "It's a wonderful Wednesday, make it a great day." And I took a picture that was there, had a picture of the beach, had the sand on the beach, and it looked really good. And I thought, hey, this is looking good. However, when I got into it, look what it said. It's a wonderful, and look how it's spelled wonderful. WONDERFUIL, or is that a W in there? FWL and a capital L, or maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, it's okay, but not great. And so I thought, oh, that's kind of disappointing. It didn't do quite as well as I wanted it to, but it gave me other options. Usually creates about 4 images for you in there. This one says, "It's a wonderful Wednesday, make it a great day." And that looks good. I can use that. Now the letter A of day is off just a little bit, but not so much that we can't use it. This looks good, and it would be something that I could use very well. You can use this in many different ways. Here's another one I put together, and this one gives me a little bit more capability. I put in the saying the United States Marines have: improvise, adapt, overcome. Now, it did not give me a picture of actual Marines doing this because that would probably be illegal, but it gives me enough that I can see, okay, these are soldiers of some sort. They're warriors. They're invading. They're going in, taking over, climbing up a beach. And that is a good model that I can then use for a lot of different capabilities. So this has some real good applications for you. And here's where it really sparkles. I wanted to have a quote from Teddy Roosevelt. I kept trying over and over. I tried so many times on this one to get it right, and it kept getting the words wrong, or it would put in wrong letters on there. But what I did is I realized, wait a minute, don't fight it, accept things as they are, and use this for the good that it has. Because right here, I asked for a portraiture of Teddy Roosevelt. I'm not using an actual picture. This is something that is derived. It's got my creative juices in it. So that means, hey, I can use this. And I got 2 pictures here of Teddy Roosevelt, and they came through just fine. And then what I did is I worked with it and moved around. I'll show you in just a moment. Here's another one that I put in, give you an example of where it's good, but not quite perfect. You learn more from failure than from success. This is something that I just put in there, made it up on my own, wanted to put it in there. Do not let it stop you. Failure builds character. This looks good, except for one little thing over there. Notice what we've got here on the, excuse me, on the letter do, or before it says do not, it put a period. Now, I don't know why it did that. I didn't need a period there, but it did. So I can use it a little bit, but in a real formal presentation where it needs to be perfect, well, that's not quite as good as I want it to be. So I have to work around that and work with it. But here's an area where it did very well. I wanted it to give me a picture of a man and a woman holding their cell phones, businessman, businesswoman, in a conference room, and they're talking. This is a picture that looks like it could be real people. Real people. I like that. When you look at it, you think, hey, that is really good. So this is where ideogram can really come in handy. Not perfect, but it does a whole lot of good for you in many, many different ways. And you saw some of the pictures that it created before that I think are really, really good. Here's one. It did spectacularly well. Is that a word, spectacularly? Yeah, it is. It put it together there. The secret to success: serve your market, be the best, never give up. I did that myself. That's what I put in there. I didn't get that from anybody else. I just put it in there, made it up, and I said, give me a picture of a little dog. Well, it had some pictures that others had done before of a cute little dog playing the guitar and putting some things together. This is a nice little picture that I can use in several different ways. And actually, this is what it started with. It gave me several here, 4 to start with. So you can look at 4 different variations of it, each a little bit different than the other. And it showed me what could be done and the way that I could use it. I like that. Gives me a lot of capabilities. And here's some others. I asked it to do it again, to regenerate. Did it again. I really like this ideogram. Ideogram gives you a lot of capabilities. I finally settled on this one that I can use, the secret to success. Serve your market, be the best, and never give up. And I got that little dog there. It can be kind of nice. People would like that and think, okay, that's pretty good. Here's another one I took. Took a saying that someone had put in there, and I put my words in there instead. When in doubt, be kind and empathetic. Now that one came out just right. I got terrybrock.com below that, so I can put it in. Think about what you can do with this. You can take something like this, a saying like that, take the words that someone else has used and put your own words in there, so that now you're getting the kind of information that you want, the kind of sayings that you want, and you can put that over. And it gets even better because some other things that you can do, change it. Here's another version of that, a little bit different flavor. I didn't have my name on this one, but you could use that. It can work really well. Here's one that I like, can be used maybe to an extent. I put in there 2 business women, one white, one black, working on a computer, and they're smiling. It looks pretty good at first brush, but if you look down a little bit closer at their hands, the hands look just a little bit different. It looks like, okay, which one is which? Maybe it is. And even more so, the lady over here on the left, the white lady, is pointing, but she's using a finger that is not the one I would want to use in a professional situation, using her middle finger to point to something. Maybe we wouldn't want to use that as is, so we would probably change it a little bit, but you get it out there, some of the what I figured out, here's the real key, is what I figured out, rather than fighting and arguing over all that, let it do what it does best. You find that this one can do a lot, and this is what I did. I took that picture of Teddy Roosevelt, it's right there, Theodore Roosevelt, took that one, and the words you'll see on the top here, do what you can with what you've got right where you are. Theodore Roosevelt, 26th U.S. president, came out perfect. That's because here's what I did. I realized something important in life, and this applies as a principle to many things. Don't expect one person who might be an excellent doctor to also be an excellent gardener. Doesn't mean there's a correlation there. Someone that might be real good in one area, not good in another area. And with this, what I did is I found, hey, this one works really well in one area, but it didn't do so well in the words. So I took the picture itself and I went over into Canva. Canva handles words and graphics very well. It is a superb, wonderful tool. I brought the picture of Teddy Roosevelt in, put the words on top, and I got something I can use. Works really, really nicely, and I think this is what you want to do, be able to use it for there. I did this also here. I got a caricature of one of my heroes, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. And this is one that is a picture of him, I shouldn't say a picture, it's a graphic interpretation of what he's looked like. And I said, raise his hand in the air, he's cheering on, doing that. And then what I did is I went over to Canva and brought this in. The same change that brought you in the door can sweep you right back out if you don't keep pushing yourself forward. You have to keep finding new ways to challenge yourself. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. And you'll notice what I did is I used the best of Canva, so I muted his picture just a little bit. You'll see that this picture here is a little bit different than what we had before. Hold on, we just fell out of that. Let me go back in here and come back over here. Notice that picture's a little bit darker. I think there's a little bit better definition here, and there is, because what I did is when I went into Canva, I wanted the words to stand out, so I used the transparency capability in Canva and made it a little bit softer. So you see what we're doing is we're using these pictures so that we get the best of the best from what we're doing. Bottom line with all 3 of these, they have strengths, they have weaknesses. This is the way anything is in life. Certain things are really good, certain things are bad. What you want to do is be able to take the best of these. These 3 have really good features. They can help you in a lot of different ways and be able to use that in a way that can help you to get the job done to succeed. And that's what we're talking about here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. We'd love you to like, share this, and subscribe to it if you get some value out of it. That way you can help others to learn about this as well. And we've got some tools for you. As you know, we've got available for you a wonderful little kit that we're constantly changing and improving and making better at AI Tools for Biz. That's the number 4, AITools4biz.com. And you'll see we've got a graphic there and a little QR code. If you're watching this on video, you can grab that and make sure that you get the kind of information that you need. So this is where we are today. I would encourage you to work with that. And we've got some other videos for you that are going to help you in the field of AI, particularly, to be able to get ahead and do the kinds of things that you need to do. I'm Terry Brock. Looking forward to hearing from you. Let us know what you think of it. Leave a comment below wherever you're getting this, and I'll look forward to hearing from you.